Is your Christmas budget tight this year? I'm on a budget. I'm retired and I've been on a minimalist journey for quite a while, but it's hard for me to be minimal during the holidays. I want to keep my gifts simple and intentional, but it's so easy to go overboard because I love my family and I love giving gifts. So I have to set a budget for myself for Christmas spending. I asked my family ahead of time what they would like for Christmas. I like to get them things they actually want, but I also like to get a couple of surprises too. I like to buy consumables like food, drinks, candles, lotion, things like that. Nobody wants more knickknacks to collect dust. I like to think of creative and inexpensive gift ideas. I create a spreadsheet every year for Christmas. If you've seen me before, you probably know I'm a spreadsheet nerd. It looks like this. Everyone I buy for has a column. When a gift is purchased, I add the amount, what the item is, and I highlight it once it's wrapped and under the tree. This helps me remember who's getting what, how many things I have for each person, and what I still need to buy. It also helps me make sure I stay in the budget I want to stay in. You can see one item, beard wash, down below because I haven't decided who I'm giving this to yet. All 3 boys have beards. One thing I love to do is make gifts. I've always made fudge every year for my family. Last year, I decided not to make it because we're all trying to be healthy. My family was really disappointed there wasn't any of my delicious fudge, so I will make it this year. I always use the recipe on the marshmallow cream jar. It's just delicious. Unhealthy, but delicious. In past years, I've made huckleberry brandy for gift giving. That was always a big hit. This was my dad's recipe. I didn't get to pick huckleberries this year though, so I found a recipe for limoncello that I thought would be good. So this year I'm gonna try this. I make personalized labels and put it in pretty little jars. Photo gifts are always a big hit too. I've made books for my grandkids with photos. There are expensive websites that make personalized kids books, but I just use the ideas from those websites and make my own on a regular photo website. You can add any text you want to create a story. Walgreens Photo, for example, has 5x7 photo books for $15. They almost always have at least a 50% off coupon code out, so it ends up costing $7.50 or less instead of the $30 it costs on the personalized kids books websites. You can have it shipped to the store so you don't have to pay shipping either. I just made a board book with photos for my granddaughter who's 1.5. I used Shutterfly. If you have a Costco membership and put in your Costco number, you get an additional 51% off and free shipping if your order is over $30. This is often in addition to other coupon codes. The discount doesn't show up until you're checking out. Photo puzzles are another fun grandkid gift. I just made one of those too. For the adults, I've made photo blankets with pictures of their pets, kids, and families. I've also made photo coffee mugs and put nice coffees with them. But I think my family's coffee mugged out this year. Several years ago, I made recipe books for all of my kids. I used the Walgreens 5x7 photo book. I put in all the recipes I made as they were growing up that they really liked. I included pictures of them and explained the tradition behind the food. For instance, I always made homemade chili for Halloween. So I had that recipe and a picture of them in their Halloween costumes when they were little. They still use those cookbooks. For my youngest son and his family who live near me, I take a family photo of them every month and I give them a family photo book each year. Personalized gifts show that you really put some thought into it. As an introvert, I hate to go out Christmas shopping in the stores. You couldn't pay me enough to go out on Black Friday. I try to find most things online. I always hunt for discount codes online, and I do shop Black Friday online. I use my cashback credit card and pay it off every month. but I will go out shopping on a weekday when it's not as crowded to find certain things. The clearance section is your friend, especially at places like Ross and TJ Maxx. I always look there first. You've probably heard that 4-gift rule before. Buy them something they want, something they need, something to wear, and something to read. I really like this. So here's some more ideas for thoughtful Christmas gifts that won't break the bank. I like to make kits. I've made winter survival kits before. I include chapstick, lotion, bubble bath, throat soothing tea, and maybe a small puzzle. Another kit I've done is cocoa kits. I make a couple cute personalized coffee mugs. I melt chocolate bark and dip plastic spoons in it. Then I add some sprinkles while it's still wet. I'll add some cocos and marshmallows. The kids love it. For adults, I'll add some liqueurs like butterscotch that they could add to the cocoa. And I'll also add some coffees in. I'll also make dinner kits. I'll put in a couple of nice soup mixes, a bread mix, maybe some fancy crackers. I'll make self-care kits. For the girls, I'll put in candles, bath bombs, lotions, face masks, things like that. For the guys, I'll put soaps, beard wash, and maybe some manly lotion. I also make barbecue kits with barbecue sauces, rubs, and some barbecue tools. Then there's cheese and sausage kits. They're kind of like the Hickory Farms kits, but I put my own stuff in there. I like a good theme kit. This is something I'd like to get, and they always go over well. You can buy baskets or containers to put everything in at the dollar store. They also have cellophane if you want to wrap it that way. Speaking of wrapping, we always get together at my house for Christmas. Most of my family ends up leaving their gift bags here and just take all their stuff home in one bag or box. So I reuse the gift bags every year. It got to be a joke. My kids would say some of the bags were older than they were. And that is probably true. But going to stores after Christmas and buying wrapping paper for 90% off for next year is also a great way to save. I also read somewhere that somebody used packing paper that Amazon packs their stuff with. You can have your kids or grandkids color it, or you could do it yourself if you're artistic. When I'm trying to figure out what to buy, I'll Google 2025 stocking stuffer ideas or 2025 best Christmas gifts. They'll have links to some cool things. If I see something I like, then I'll search for it and find the best price, usually elsewhere. But it's a great way to get ideas. That's sometimes the hardest part. I always compare websites and prices before ordering gifts. It isn't easy to find the perfect present, but the safest way to go is making a plan and sticking with it. Happy shopping to you! What did I forget? What Christmas gift hacks would you add to the list? If you want to share, feel free to leave a comment. If you're seeing me for the first time, hi, I'm Julie and this channel's Happy on Monday. Thanks for joining me. If you found this helpful, please like. And if you're interested in retiring early, consider subscribing. I'm going to leave you with a quote. It's not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving. Hope to see you again soon.